Alright, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Nothing Phone 2A and doing an update of it. So let's get into it. So the Nothing Phone 2A, budget version of the Nothing Phone 2, is a really good phone. I think this is actually my favorite budget phone of 2024. I think it just works so well, runs very well, it's smooth, and just like the design is amazing. This is a MagSafe ring that I put on the back, and surprisingly, it hasn't come off. I use a screen protector. I basically cut a screen protector in a circle, and then I put the MagSafe ring on top because, you know, a lot of times these things can come off very easily, but this setup works on most phones, even the Z Fold devices with the weird textures and stuff. So anyways, I love the design of this phone. The black accent buttons against the milky white, just really cool. And then for the screen, it's actually a really nice looking display. I think videos look good on it, games look good on it, and the bezels, the fact that they're symmetrical, really cool in a phone that is in this price range. Like right now, you can probably find this phone for like $300 on Facebook Market in Canada. Just a really good phone overall for the package. And then we'll get into the software soon, but just a nice device. I've been enjoying using this phone, even coming from flagships. So the thing I want to talk about real quick right now is the durability. So this phone actually has a plastic body. It's not, you know, your typical metal and glass combination. The only thing that's glass is the screen. And yeah, this phone, plastic is honestly underrated. People talk about plastic like it's not premium, but I rather have phones be made in plastic personally because of the fact that it's more durable, more drop resistant. Like if this was a normal, you know, aluminum frame or whatever it is, titanium combination frame with a glass back, the back probably would have shattered. The screen maybe would have been impacted a little bit more. The screen didn't get touched at all from this drop. I dropped it on concrete, boom. And the only thing that happened was the plastic, you know, deformed a little bit. It got a little scratched up, dinged up. I could low-key even just smoothen this out, you know, and it will look pretty decent. Then you have some more dings over here, some scuffs. Overall, the plastic build quality is very durable, and low-key, I would rather plastic over glass. So yeah, durability is pretty good. In terms of scratch resistance though, this screen is not very scratch resistant, and it will pick up scratches, I think, a little bit easier than other phones. Nothing does use flexible glass to wrap it underneath the bezel to make it fully symmetrical. So you do have scratches right here. Like this is some major scratches. These are not just random scratches. Like they're definitely from me being careless with the phone. But you know, I've been treating it like how it feels. Like it feels like a durable phone, so I just use it like that. And it does have scratches on the screen, but when the screen is on, you can't really see them anyways. So durability is very good for this phone. So now the software. Look at the lock screen. Like this encapsulates the software experience. It's just so clean. It looks really good. You have dot matrix theme and, you know, font that is riddled throughout the software. There are two shortcuts. Most phones have these, but you can actually customize the shortcuts to be anything, different functions, and open any app. And then you have these shortcuts right here, and they're very functional. So right here is a flashlight. So boom, press that, one tap, and it turns on the flashlight. There's also a little animation that happens. It's just so clean, and it turns red when it's on. Do not disturb. The glyph lights, I can turn them on and off. And then other things like the glyph timer. So this is a timer. You press it, and then it will start as soon as you put your phone face down, and the timer goes down, like visually goes down as the timer runs up. So I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably know all these features of this phone, but it's just genuinely such a clean version of Android that I enjoy using. And like, it's not just like it looks good, but it's not just visually, it's also the usefulness. Like it's having widgets like this, it seems very simple, but it's very impactful from my experience. So auto rotate, just tap that and auto rotate is on. Tap this, I have do not disturb turned on. Tap that, I have hotspot turned on. You know, you can do a lot with the widgets in Nothing OS. And then you have the folder customization. You can expand them, minimize them, customize the way they look, you know, with different emojis and stuff like that. And then when they're expanded, you can actually enter the apps very quickly just by tapping the little icon inside of the folder. Super sick. And yeah, this is how I have my Nothing Phone 2A laid out. Got, you know, my reminders, calendar, the music widget from Nothing, and my main apps at the bottom. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into the actual experience. So using this phone, outside of the durability, has been really good. Like I said, it's smooth, it's reliable, and it just works. Like it literally just works. If I get 5G, I'm on Freedom Mobile and I have no issues with reception and stuff like that. The speeds are decent, and the only gripe that I have with this phone is the fact that sometimes when playing games that I know this phone can handle, and basically most other phones can handle, it heats up and it starts to throttle and the FPS drops significantly. Like for example, Wild Rift. Normally, I could play Wild Rift pretty easily on like any phone basically. And especially this phone, I had no issues up until recently. I don't know. It started to throttle and, you know, heat up and slow down and glitch and bug out. And that's been my only gripe with this phone really. Like everything else has been fine. Moving on to the cameras. The cameras are a hot topic. People say the cameras suck. Personally, I think the cameras are actually pretty good, especially for the price that you're paying. These cameras are more than sufficient. Stabilization during videos is pretty good. The video quality, in my opinion, could be improved. It kind of sucks if we're trying to, you know, get like cool videos, of course, in daylight and like perfectly lit conditions. You can get decent video, but I still think it sucks. But the photo quality is pretty good. I genuinely like the cameras and the results that you get from them on this phone. Like it's pretty good cameras. It's not the fastest with shutter speed and stuff like that. The shutter lag, it's not the fastest. You can definitely get blurred subjects when you're taking pictures of moving subjects, but overall quality is just really good. And then the camera app is clean, it works. You have, you know, 50 megapixel mode. Both of the cameras are 50 megapixel, which I like. You know, it's not too much of a quality difference between them in like good lighting conditions. Obviously the ultra wide is gonna be a little bit less quality, smaller sensor and stuff like that, but overall you can genuinely get some good shots out of the Nothing Phone 2a. I think the beauty of this camera on this phone is that the processing that Nothing has, in my opinion, is really good. It's probably my favorite processing of any smartphone camera from any brand, because colors, in my opinion, look like pretty natural and just very clean overall. It doesn't look often too highly processed, too saturated, too, you know, sharpened. I think Nothing really does a good job with the colors, and I really prefer how they look. It will handle certain colors kind of strangely, but at the end of the day, I'm very happy with the results. Like I think if I'm taking a picture, I'm confident that I can get a good picture with a Nothing Phone 2a. Now, when it comes to video, the video is not going to be that nice, and the fact that it's limited to only 4K 30, it can only do 60 FPS in 1080p. That is a limitation that I don't like, but this is a really good camera system, bro, if we're really being honest. And then you have the glyph lights for, you know, a fill light for different things, and it's cool. One thing that I really wish Nothing would add though is pro mode for video. This is something that I wanted on the Nothing Phone 2a and on the Nothing Phone 1. Just, you know, like you have expert mode for photography, why not give us the same thing for video as well? And yeah, it just, in my opinion, it's a good camera experience. You know, people might not like it, but it's like you can't really buy a phone of this price range and like of this market and expect, you know, iPhone 16 Pro Max camera quality or S24 Ultra camera quality or a Vivo X200 Pro camera quality. You can't expect that kind of camera quality for a phone that's like $300, you know, or even $500 really. Like I think the Samsung devices in this price range, they don't do any better unless you buy an older flagship. Then you'll probably get better results, like a S21 Ultra, any of the Ultras. If you buy an older one for like around this price, then you'll get better results in terms of camera. But like in its actual price range, cameras are good. So one thing I really like about the software is quick floating window. So you swipe and hold like that, and then you have a quick floating window. You can interact with the app, and then it goes back into this mini mode, and it's just there. Really nice for just quick multitasking. You know, you got to calculate something. You can turn the app into floating window, look at the numbers, calculate the app in the background. So that's really nice. And then on top of that, you can actually do split screen and then also have a floating window at the same time for a total of 3 apps on this phone. So this is not like Nothing OS is not known for multitasking, but the fact that it has floating windows and quick access to floating windows takes it above Pixels in my opinion in terms of multitasking. And this is a budget phone, but it does it pretty well. Don't have too many issues with it. And yeah, it's just nice to have it. So I really enjoy that quick access. I remember with Nothing Phone 1, floating windows would make the phone slow down and it wouldn't be 120 hertz anymore. But with this one, the software is more optimized and it's still running at 120 hertz, still very smooth. So that's nice. Obviously, more intensive things like gaming in split screen and floating windows will definitely make it throttle a little bit. And just like the overall look and feel of this software aesthetic is just really, really nice. The glyph lights, I use the timer a lot. I also use the essential glyph where it will light up this glyph right here and it will stay lit until you deal with that notification. I set that for specific apps, like for example, my main banking apps, my text messages app, like apps like that. I will set those to be essential notifications so that this always stays lit when I get those kind of notifications. So even when I use flip to glyph, which is another feature on Nothing phones, basically it mutes all sounds, all vibrations. The only way that you'll see if you have notifications is through the lights. So when someone's calling you, if you have specific patterns, it'll play those patterns for specific contacts. If you get a notification, it will do the pattern for notification. But if they're not essential notifications, the light will just not turn on. But if it's an essential notification, like my banking app, then this strip of light will stay on and then I know something important is there and I can check it when I can get to it. So it's a nice way to stay connected and kind of be aware of what notifications you're getting, but still not using your phone too much. I know I gave it a long explanation, but like flip to glyph and essential notification really make these lights super useful to me. Because like I said, disconnecting, but still being slightly aware, still knowing that there's something I might want to deal with. So either I deal with it now or I can wait 2 more minutes, or something like that. And if I get other notifications, I know it's not important because it's not an essential one. The light won't stay on. Super cool functionality. And I know people think the lights are gimmicks, but I use them, bro. And yeah, just the software just so clean, so smooth. I think it's even smoother than PixelOS in my opinion. The animations are nice. Like for example, the screen is locked, tap right here. It opens from there, like the black fades in from that spot. Tap right here, opens from there. Tap up here, boom. It's just so clean. Like they really thought about everything. Like if I press a button to lock, it fades to black to that button, to the spot of the button. If I tap the screen to lock, then it will fade to black from that spot. Like just very clean animations and very thoughtful in terms of the design language of this device and Nothing OS as a whole. And then this is another software feature. You have the ability to make your wallpapers transition in and out when you're unlocking your phone. So like, boom, it goes into this fuzzy wallpaper right here, and it's just cool. A cool little animation. Works really smooth. It looks nice. And then, Nothing's continuously building on the software, which is part of what makes this phone exciting because it genuinely just keeps getting better. Since it launched, I think this phone has become really, really good, a really good device. And optimization, the battery life, I didn't talk about battery life, but the battery life is really good on this phone. I can easily get like 7 hours of screen on time doing mixed things like gaming, casual use, whatever. Battery life is good. On 5G all day, then you'll definitely see like around like 5 to 6 hours, depending on what you do. But customizing the wallpaper, Nothing added, their own flair. They have AI wallpapers that you can generate in their own wallpaper studio. It's really cool. And I just like the overall look and vibe of it as well. And then you have the layout. You can change the grid layout of the home screen. It's not unique to Nothing phones, but it's just nice the way they have designed everything. They have their own icon pack, which applies to every single icon on your phone. It doesn't matter. Most icon packs that you download from the Play Store, they don't have every single icon built in. So the Nothing icon pack, it works on every single icon, which is really nice. And then, you go to press it. Then they also added this glass effect. So any wallpaper that you choose, you can turn it into this iconic glass effect from the Nothing Phone 1 that they're bringing back with the newer phones in Nothing OS. So that's really cool. Then you have the atmosphere effect. It does what I just showed you. It turns, the actual home screen wallpaper into this atmospheric type of thing based on the wallpaper that you've chosen. And it makes it a smooth transition. So it's kind of cool. But all in all, just scrolling through the device and all the software things I'm showing you, it comes back to one thing, and that this phone is a complete cohesive package. Like they had a mission, they knew what they were trying to do, and I think they accomplished that. It looks different with the center design of the camera. You know, it has like the guts looking design on the back, and it just looks strange. It has the glyph lights. Even the glyph lights are not symmetrical, and like there's different elements that are not necessarily symmetrical, but I think everything just works, and I think they truly accomplished their mission and vision with this phone. And it is kind of a weird release. They keep dropping new versions of this phone because, you know, people were waiting for the phone 3, but it didn't come out this year. It's kind of strange, but at the same time, like, I think this is a great phone. All the phone 2As, whichever version you get, I think will be good devices, worth the money, in my opinion. It just keeps on getting better, like I said. And the fact that they are a smaller company means that there is more focus on the software development and, you know, how the phone works and stuff like that, how it runs, the optimization. Like every update they put out, it's just a banger. And they're very in tune with the community, so if there's issues, people report it and then they fix it. They also added something that I've been asking for a very long time, and it's a gallery app. The Nothing Gallery app is already, it's not even fully out yet. It's still in development, still beta, but already it's better than the Google's Photos app. I hate Google Photos with a passion. It's just like, don't give me that as my default gallery app. It's just, I don't like it. Because, you know, advertisers will get the cloud storage. The layout is just not good, to be honest. Like, I don't care about the memory stuff, to be honest. I don't want my phone telling me I did this and that at this time. And then it has collections. It has collections and it also has albums. Like, that to me is already annoying. And the albums, you can't create albums in Google Photos without syncing to the cloud. If you don't want to sync to the cloud, then you have to go to the Files app and manually create the folders. Otherwise, in Google Photos, you have to sync your photos in the album to the cloud to make an album. It's just pretty stupid. Like, I don't like that design, in my opinion. And I don't like the layout personally. So I'm talking a lot about it, but the fact that Nothing finally put out a gallery app, and it's just simple, it's just clean, it looks nice. You know, it has some different core functionalities like this. It's just really cool, bro. I'm really happy about that. So really pleased with this phone, and I think Nothing is on the right path for developing, you know, great software and just good phones in general, even though Nothing Phone 2A is great. So I definitely recommend this phone, and that is it for now. We are out. Peace.